The rain poured relentlessly, turning the city streets into rivers of gray. Among the crowd of umbrellas, a young woman stood frozen, her shoes sinking into a puddle she didn't care to avoid. Name was Aisha, and for the first time in her life, she had no idea where to go. The rejection letter in her trembling hand blurred as the raindrops mixed with her tears. It was her 5th rejection this month. Another job gone, another dream slipping away. Her savings were almost gone. Her landlord's warning echoed in her head. And her mother's hopeful voice from their last call, "You're our pride, Aisha," stabbed at her heart. She wanted to scream, to run, to disappear. But instead, she just stood there, stuck. 3 months ago, Aisha had left her small town with a single suitcase and a heart full of ambition. She believed that the big city was where dreams came true. She had graduated top of her class, armed with degrees and determination. But reality was cruel. Interviews turned into polite rejections, bills piled up, and the once bright lights of the city now mocked her. She found herself living on instant noodles, avoiding calls from home because she couldn't bear to tell them the truth. She was failing. That evening, as the rain finally eased, Aisha dragged herself back to her tiny apartment. She stared at the peeling wallpaper and the single flickering bulb overhead. Her body felt heavy, but her mind was worse, a storm of doubt and self-loathing. What's the point? I've tried everything, she whispered, her voice breaking. She opened her phone and scrolled mindlessly. Then a notification popped up, a message from an old college professor. "Proud of you, Aisha. Remember what I told you. One step at a time." She stared at the words. One step at a time. A bitter laugh escaped her lips. One step, when I've fallen so far. But something about those words lingered. For the first time in days, she sat up straight. She didn't know how to fix everything, but maybe, just maybe, she could take one step. The next morning, she woke up before dawn. She didn't have a job, but she had her skills. She remembered how much she loved writing in college. So she opened her old laptop and started typing small freelance gigs, even if they paid peanuts. Just one article. One step. The article turned into 2, then 3. Days passed. It didn't solve her problems overnight, but she started to feel alive. Each step gave her the strength to take another. She applied to smaller opportunities, attended free online workshops, and joined local networking events even, though her stomach churned every time she introduced herself. Some days were good, others were brutal. There were moments when she wanted to quit. But each time she whispered to herself, just one more step. Weeks later, while sitting in a crowded cafe finishing a small project, she overheard 2 men talking about launching a startup. Their idea sparked something inside her because it was something she had studied in depth. Heart-pounding, she did something she would never have done before. She walked up to them and introduced herself. Her voice shook, her palms were sweaty, but she took the step. That single moment changed everything. They asked her to share her thoughts. One conversation turned into a meeting. A meeting turned into an offer, not a job, but a partnership. They needed someone with her knowledge and passion, and she needed a chance. Fast forward 6 months, Aisha stood on a stage at a tech conference, speaking to a packed audience about the startup that had become her second home. Applause thundered through the hall, but her mind drifted back to that rainy day when she had almost given up. After the event, a young girl approached her with nervous eyes and said, "I want to be like you, but I'm scared to even start." Aisha smiled, her voice steady, but filled with emotion, as she replied, "You don't have to climb the whole mountain today." Message. Sometimes life feels overwhelming. Sometimes dreams feel too big, and failure feels permanent. But the truth is, you don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to take one step, and then another, because the power of one small step can change everything.